right, today we're heading down to the southern edge of Phoenix to take you on a tour of a place called Ahwatukee. It's one of my top neighborhoods here in the area. Definitely a place you guys want to check out. Tons of positive, lots to look at. We're going to give you 5 reasons why you might want to consider living here. So stay tuned. What's up, everybody? It's Greg Corbett with the AZ Lifestyle Group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. If this is your first time to this channel and you're looking to find out everything you need to know about what it's like living in and or moving to the Phoenix metro area, including right here in Ahwatukee, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can be notified whenever we post a new video. We are helping people from all over when it comes to finding the best places and neighborhoods to live here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about making a move and you need any assistance whatsoever, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, however you want to get a hold of us. We got your back when it comes to moving to the Phoenix metro. Here again with Rudy. We've got Taylor behind the camera. Say hello, Taylor. We are here at Mountain Vista Park. Wanted to start here in Ahwatukee. We're right off the I-10 freeway, just north of Ray. A lot of the action in Ahwatukee is right here. Rudy, this is your first time to Ahwatukee, is that
It's
correct?
my first time, and I didn't even know how to pronounce it until today, and it's Ahwatukee, right?
Yes.
Ahwatukee.
Ahwatukee, yes. I told Rudy we were going to come film here. He's like, what is that? I've never heard of it before.
That's right.
And Rudy's been here 2 years. But I think it's a good point because a lot of people might overlook it if you're new to the areas. Rudy, did you have Ahwatukee on your places to look at?
You know, of all the places, Ahwatukee wasn't on the list, but, you know, after this, that might change, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You landed in a good spot, so don't worry about that. But it's a great park. We're in a good spot. Now, we did notice, or at least I noticed, some Fireball bottles. I think Taylor might have started drinking because we're hard to work with, so she might have taken a few shots of Fireball before we got started. But that means Taylor's in a good mood right now. We might have to go get a couple shots as well. And we're going to take you guys on a tour and see what it's all about.
All right, Greg, so we are obviously in Ahwatukee, but like, where the heck are we? This is my first time here. I have no idea how to even get home from here, so where are we?
Well, you got here, Rudy, so you can use your GPS, but I'll help you out for those of you who are watching at home.
Thanks.
So basically, we are sitting currently just on the west side of the I-10. We are north of the 202 and just south of South Mountain. So we see on our backdrop here, we've got all the area of South Mountain. It kind of is the backdrop to Ahwatukee. On the other side of the 10, we're bordering South Tempe and also Chandler. So you really have good access to Tempe and Chandler. You're really close to the airport as well. We're basically a 10-minute drive from the airport, and you know, you're just in a central spot. So you're on the southern edge of Phoenix. So we're basically at the south edge of Phoenix. That's basically, so just something to remember. Ahwatukee is in Phoenix. Even though a lot of people just basically call it Ahwatukee, it is in Phoenix. All right, Rudy, so we just left Ahwatukee Country Club. One thing I forgot to mention when it comes to Ahwatukee is that it's kind of broken up into 2 different segments. So you've got kind of the original Ahwatukee that is the zip code of 85044. That's where we're at right now. And then when we go further south into kind of the Chandler and Ray part of it, that's when you get into zip code 85048. That takes you into the Ahwatukee Foothills. So that area tends to be a little newer, a little nicer. It was kind of built up mostly around the 90s, but I'll take you into there. Okay. We'll just kind of tour around. You kind of get a kind of a general idea of what you can see, and then let people know what you're seeing.
Yeah, so I don't know the name of this particular neighborhood, but a bunch of single-family homes. They look like you know, 3-4 bedroom homes, really nice. Look like they're probably built in the 70s or 80s, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot. It's actually a lot of them. A lot of homes. It's like a pretty big neighborhood that we're driving through here.
Yeah, I don't know the total number of homes within Ahwatukee, but it's a big area. It's an established area. You know, I think a lot of the draw is its central location and being, you know, having that backdrop to South Mountain.
What I think it's cool too is that a lot of the houses look like they've been very well kept. Some that look like they've been renovated as well. So it's a really nice neighborhood.
Going into kind of reason number 2 that you might want to consider living here is, you know, with access to South Mountain, there are a ton of outdoor things to do. So when you're talking about people kind of biking, hiking, being close to some of the cool spots that you might want to check out, this gives you that really nice, easy access to do all those things and kind of, you know, have some of the cooler places that you can go in the area to do that. So I really think it's a great place for people to be outdoors. Arizona is a great place in general, but there are certain neighborhoods that just give people a little bit easier access, and I think this is one of them.
Yeah, that's one thing I will notice, a lot of horse properties in Arizona that I just wasn't used to when we got here. I thought, wow, that's pretty cool.
We got what looks to be like a little horse park right next to us right now as well.
This is a really nice neighborhood.
One of the things I talked about in the beginning was if you're coming in from out of state, you might overlook this area for a couple reasons. Number one, like the houses look a little older, and what you're going to get price point wise probably doesn't look as nice on Zillow as what you're going to see in Gilbert, Chandler, Peoria, Glendale, that type of thing. But if you are to come and really look through this neighborhood, it's just really cool and very unique, and you're going to have a lot of advantages that you might not find in some of those other places.
So I'm curious, do you know what the price point, give or take, is in this neighborhood?
In this neighborhood, and there's not a whole lot for sale currently right now, but I would imagine most of these homes are probably going to be $1 million plus if you're looking in here. So kind of adding on top of what we were just talking about, Rudy, so if you live in, you know, some of these neighborhoods, especially the ones that back right up to South Mountain, I mean, you've got access to some of the trailheads. And South Mountain is huge, so if you take a look at South Mountain on the map, and there's a lot of places to get into. So it's a big area, and there's plenty of places. You can spend all day up there hiking around. Again, there's places to bike, that type of thing. I'll show you, we'll kind of take a little spot over here. Like if you go in through here, you can kind of take a quick look. All right, so since we're here, just want to kind of give you guys a quick kind of example of what type of access you would have to South Mountain if you're in a neighborhood like this. So Rudy will check this out. And since we're walking up the path here, we did see a sign. So just to give you guys kind of a reference, this house is a 4-bedroom, 7-bath home. Is that right, Rudy?
4-bedroom, 7 baths, yep.
Around 10,000 square foot?
Only 10,500 square feet. So
it might be a little small for what you're looking for.
Little starter home for most people.
Enlisted for 3-4. It must be under contract, I believe, right now. But just to give you a kind of a general example.
Wow, this is beautiful. This is actually my first time in South Mountain, and I hear about it all the time, but just never had a chance to come visit it. So, Greg, I'm curious, like, tell me a little bit more about it, because this is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you know, truthfully, like, I haven't been to this area myself. I have spent a lot of time up in South Mountain, up kind of going up to Dobbins Lookout and kind of coming in off the other side of Phoenix, kind of up in the central side. But this area kind of spreads out. So, I mean, I don't know exactly how long it is, but you can hike. It's going to take you a day to hike from one end to the other. But there's lots of trails where you can, again, bring your mountain bike, that type of thing. Watch for critters. We do see some critters around here. You might, you know, run into, you know, any kind of rattlesnakes, that type of thing. So be careful. I'm definitely not ready for hiking per se, but it is a gorgeous spot. One of the other things I notice around here, it's super quiet. We are in kind of the early part of May. It's going to be up kind of in the high 90s today. So, you know, for anybody that's out there, if you're new to the area, you probably want to be very careful of coming out and hiking when it starts to hit triple digits. So be aware of that. So we're not seeing a ton of hikers right now, but it is a popular spot, you know, typically in the earlier mornings during the summer.
Well, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with this neighborhood. It's really nice. South Mountain is super cool. I can see why it's so popular, and this is it feels like such a quiet pocket of houses that if you didn't you didn't know about it, you would never find out. It's just it's so quiet out here.
Well, I think it's, you know, it definitely gets a little bit more attention from the people who have lived here for a little while and kind of know about it. You don't, I don't have a lot of people reaching out who are moving into town and be like, hey, I've heard about Ahwatukee. You know, kind of like, you know, your situation, you lived here 2 years, had never even heard of Ahwatukee. So it definitely seems to be one of those things where, you know, if you're new to the area, you might not know that much about it. And Rudy, this is still kind of the older part of Ahwatukee. Obviously a super nice area. We're gonna head down towards the foothills and the zip code of 85048, kind of show you a little bit of that as well.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Rudy, are you finding any value with what we've seen so far? Have you learned a lot?
Absolutely loving it, yes.
Yeah, so are you guys finding any value? Hopefully so. If you are finding value, please consider hitting that like button. Would you like this so far, Rudy?
I love it, actually. Double thumbs up.
Double. There's only one channel. There's only one thumbs up.
Not with me. There's two.
There's 2 thumbs up. Hit 2 thumbs up if you can for Rudy.
Some interesting properties here, huh?
Yeah. I mean, they're very unique. Everything is. Again, it's a little older, and it was. You know, back when a lot of this stuff was built, a lot of people had a decent amount of money when they were putting money into these properties, so everybody had their own kind of unique style. So it looks a little dated now when you start looking at stuff online, but there's a lot of cool, very unique properties back here.
Yeah, and there's quite a few that look like they've been either renovated or updated a little bit from the exterior. So definitely a lot of homes that are very appealing.
Yeah, and so, you know, as we're going through, I think it's important to kind of stop and be like, hey, reason number 3 on our list would be the neighborhoods and the communities here. I think it's a big draw, especially if you take a chance and kind of tour through here.
You know, one thing I would be curious is how many families are here, if it's mostly, you know, if there are a lot of kids in these neighborhoods, or if it's mostly older, retired crowd.
Yeah, I would say you probably get a pretty good mix, but you know, we'll get into it a little bit more. But one of the other big reasons that people consider living here is the schools, and so there is a big draw for families because a lot of family things to do, and also you really do have a lot of the top-rated schools in the area here.
Awesome.
So since we're kind of discussing schools, we're actually going right next to, I believe this is the Kyrene de la Cocina Elementary School.
Yep.
And then it's right next to Centennial Middle School.
And it looks like, according to their sign, it's an A+ school.
Everything looks good from the outside. You know, you're kind of in a good spot with the neighborhood. Again, you got a nice, still good backdrop to South Mountain. But if you look for the school district, this is all Kyrene School District. So take a look for Kyrene School District. You can kind of find out all you need to know when it comes to school districts up there. One of the other things I want to point out, Rudy, because I think it's important for some of these older neighborhoods for people to understand, and it's similar to what you know, we see in kind of the Central Phoenix neighborhoods, is that when you have this much establishment, when these neighborhoods have been around 40+ years, the mature landscaping is awesome to see. So you see a lot of maturity. It's nice to have a lot of trees. Like, everything is kept up very nice. So when you're driving around these neighborhoods, it's super clean, and you can tell it's just very well maintained.
Yeah, that's the first thing I did notice about this neighborhood, is how well kept it looks. Super clean, just so nice.
All right, Rudy, we're basically getting into the heart of the foothills right now. As you can see, and we'll try to get this on camera here, like, this area is really cool. All these homes are really kind of tucked in. You know, tell me what you're seeing. Kind of describe what you're seeing when you're going through this for the first time.
So this is great. The houses are beautiful. A lot of landscaping. So when I hear the foothills, I've heard the foothills a lot before. So is that the name of the neighborhood, or what is the foothills?
Yeah, so it's just the area altogether. So if you break Ahwatukee down in 2 sections, you got kind of the original Ahwatukee, and then you got the foothills.
Got it.
This is the area that, like, if you take Chandler and Ray kind of back ways to about 24th Street, this area opens up. It's this little pocket that's opened up. Again, all developed probably around the 90s for the most part, and some really cool neighborhoods back here. It's just a really cool spot.
Yeah, this is great. They're beautiful homes.
One of the negatives that people used to have regarding Ahwatukee was that it almost used to be like a cul-de-sac. So there's like one way in and one way out. The traffic used to be absolutely really difficult and horrendous, honestly, you know, during a few year period of time, because, you know, there were a ton of houses over here, and there wasn't a whole lot of access. Now things have changed a little bit with the 202 opening up, and you've got access coming in from the east side and the west side, so that kind of makes things a little bit easier to work with. So something to think about. All right, Rudy, good news, bad news?
What's the good news?
The good news is, like, when you're in some of these neighborhoods like this, here's kind of the backdrop you get, here's kind of the scenic views. So, pretty nice, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hang out here. I'm just gonna hang out, just kind of lie down, maybe take a nap.
Wait. Here's the bad news.
What's the bad news?
There's no swimming or fishing. You can't swim here, you can't fish here. It's okay. Get the sign.
That's right, no swimming or fishing.
So bad news, you can't go ahead and jump in the water here, but you do have great views, and one of the reasons why I wanted to stop here was because, like, there are a lot of lakefront subdivisions and communities that you guys probably want to check out while you're here, and this is the kind of the setup. Typically you have the houses kind of back to it, but if you have, you know, just some walking paths, hiking paths that are around, I think it's kind of nice too. So Rudy works out a lot, so Rudy's probably gonna, if he was gonna live here, he would be jogging down this path every morning, probably stop and do 100 burpees. So I reminisce a lot because I used to spend a ton of time kind of hanging out in this kind of strip mall area. I spent a few times watching movies here. Definitely spent a time or two at Raw. The living room is new. I don't think the living room was here last time I was here. This is one of the main entertainment districts of Ahwatukee. So we are basically right on Ray Road on the south side of Ray, right west of the I-10. So a couple things to talk about when it comes to like access to entertainment. So you're going to see a lot of cool restaurants, shops, fun things to do, you know, and not only do you have everything here on the Ahwatukee side, but you're also right on the other side of like Tempe and Chandler too. So you have a bunch of stuff on the other side. So I don't know if there's anything you can share as far as your kind of experience like seeing all this on your end.
Yeah, so I'm pleasantly surprised again because of how family-friendly Ahwatukee is, so close to everything. When you mentioned reminiscing, like Snooze, one of my favorite places to go breakfast is right here across the street. So I love Snooze, I love raw sushi, and it's just one of the cool areas here in Ahwatukee that I feel like you can just spend time with your family, have some fun. It's close to a lot of stuff. Super cool spot to be in.
One of the places that I know Rudy likes to take his family is to the casino, and there is a big casino right down the street here as well, Wild Horse Pass. And I know you bring your kids there a lot. They typically they kind of sit right next to you at the poker table.
My 3-year-old is mean on the blackjack tables. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, she's great.
Well, you know, that's okay. Like, as long as they allow it. I mean, you don't let them drink yet, but that's all right. But there is, so Wild Horse Pass, all joking aside, Wild Horse Pass is basically like 5 minutes away from here. It's a beautiful hotel and casino. Definitely check that out. Wild Horse Pass, the resort, is a little bit further on. That's an amazing place to check out. You've got Arizona Grand on the north side of Ahwatukee, just off of Baseline. That's a really cool family-friendly resort that has a bunch of water slides and pool areas, so that's really cool to check out. So yeah, definitely a lot of places that I used to go to, haven't been to in a while, but when I come here right now, it makes me want to go back again.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, we are kind of hanging out here in the Palma Brisas community here in the Foothills. It's a brand new community. You don't get to see a whole lot of new communities popping up. We wanted to come and take a quick look at this. It's a cool neighborhood. I don't know if there's anything left. I think I looked online today and it looked like there was a house available, but I don't know if that's still actually true anymore.
Yeah, I think I saw one house available in this entire community, but I did see some lots that apparently are available. So I don't know. You'd have to call the sales office to find out.
We'll check on that.
A lot of sold signs.
Yeah.
Here.
And it looks like, from what we can tell, this is probably kind of starting in the $1 million price point, but it's beautiful. It's super nice. So any other thoughts, like driving through some of the neighborhoods?
Yeah.
Did you see anything new?
So what I think is incredible is, you know, when you think about Ahwatukee, you think of like a lot of the older homes and, you know, people that have lived here for so long. And then you come to neighborhoods like the Foothills and you get to see all of these new developments and new buildings that are absolutely beautiful, modern. I think they're wonderful places to live. This is the coolest playground I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, we'll show you guys some footage of that too. I mean, there's definitely a lot of positives, something to check out. It's a little pricey here. It is what it is, but we're seeing that all over Arizona right now. So when it comes to pricing, it's a little tricky right now for a lot of people. We understand that, but we're here to help people however we can to try to make it work for you. Definitely, if Ahwatukee, you know, looks good, but maybe you're thinking about some other options, reach out to us and check out our other videos, because we are going and scouring all sorts of neighborhoods all throughout the Phoenix neighborhood to kind of help guide you guys in the right direction. So until the next video, we'll catch you guys later.